Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Diesel Creek. My name's Matt. Behind me is my future home site, aka the dream home. I've gotten some comments over the years during the process of construction on my dream shop. People saying, "Oh, I mean, hey Matt, that's a nice shop and all, but you know, you're using that term dream, and this shop really isn't anything crazy. It's a nice shop, but it's not like a blow your mind kind of wild dream shop." I like to dream in reality, kind of keep my feet planted on the ground. I didn't know if I'd ever be able to afford that, you know, so it's my dream to have something, and this house is about the same. It's a nice house. I'm really excited about it, but it is not a 5-story mansion. It's not 10,000 square feet. It doesn't have a movie theater, an arcade, and a bowling alley, but it's going to be my house. So therefore, it is my dream house, and yeah, I'm still undecided exactly what level of showing you guys this is, because, you know, being somebody that's putting their life on the internet, I do have some privacy concerns. 95% of the people that I've met have been absolutely fantastic people, fans of the channel, whatever. You guys are always awesome. But there is that 5% that has no idea about personal privacy, and therefore I'm not real keen on putting my entire, you know, house plan or anything on the internet. So I think for now we're going to cover the excavation, the stuff that's kind of, you know, key to the channel. We're going to do the dirt work, we're going to do the septic, we're going to handle all the trenching in and around, the landscaping, the grading, all that stuff for sure. When it comes to the actual raising of the house, you know, the structure and the frame, maybe do some time lapse for you guys so you can see the outside as it comes up, because, you know, in the future you're going to see it anyways in the background of videos and whatnot. So I don't mind showing the outside, but as far as actually seeing what's going on inside the house, probably kind of leaning towards not showing you guys that much. Anyway, enough chit-chatting. This is a really busy day for me. I got some people coming over to here to help me out. We're going to be firing up some machines here any minute. Got the Cabelco to grease and fuel up yet this morning, as well as a couple other pieces. I was out here with the builders last night because I'm not building this thing myself. I want it to actually be nice. We were out here with the builders last night till about 9:30, staking everything out and laying it all out. So there's the main house is kind of right in front of you here, if you can kind of see these stakes, and those pink batten boards are not the corners. The corners are squared off from them. So you have the house face running this way, it's squared to the ridge, and then there's a garage over here on a 45. So we're going to be digging the house for sure today. The garage part, I'm not sure if we're going to end up getting that far, but we're going to try. It's been a while since you guys saw me clear this lot. Things took a little bit longer with the bank and the builder and the architect and everything else. So as these things go, it's never as quick as you think it's going to be. So in the time since you guys last saw this clearing, it has obviously grown some cover on it. It's got some grass that makes it a little bit tougher to see all the lines and everything. So we got to be super careful when I start digging today that we're not knocking out all my stakes, because I need those. Got old Lord Muck getting trained up on Fat Alice here, moving a couple nice big saw logs out of the way of the operation today. Oh yeah. Some big logs. I bet you that one's about 30 feet. Oh yeah. Rise and shine, Sleeping Beauty.
Got fuel filled up in both of these bad boys.
Chug a lug, neighbor. Oh yeah. Busy morning.
Diesel Creek, Dig Creek House. The first dig, part 1.
All right, we got the SK250 in position. We're about ready to break ground here for the first time and start digging out for the house. Got Bob pulling up in the JCB truck right now. Let's start loading something. think we loaded about 4 trucks out now, maybe 5. Starting to get a nice flat bottom we can chase a grade on. Buddy Bob's pulling back in with the haul truck. We gotta get ready to slam some dirt. Alright, so what I didn't do a very good job explaining here, I swore I had maybe explained this in a previous video, but I went back and I couldn't find it. As I dig the dirt here from my house, I'm going to take that dirt and we're going to put it behind the shop where we had cleared 2 years ago now for a laydown yard, so I can get all my equipment and all my rusty gold stashed behind the building. I need to level up that ground back there so we have some more room. So that's where you see Bob taking this dirt to in the haul truck, and then the day before I had Calamity Kim and Muck there. They were helping me out, get prepped out for today's excavation, so they helped me get the shell kit put on the Ingersoll Rand roller and get things squared away in the back, so we were ready to start filling that in. Alright, so it's busy out here at the farm, got a lot going on, and we've got some foreigners invading the yard right now, but I'm putting them to work, it's okay. You guys remember the Ingersoll roller we fixed up a couple months back? We're about to put it to work. Trouble is, I need a pad foot. We don't have a pad foot roller, this is a smooth drum, but we do have the shell kit, which I talked about in that first video. So Kim and Muck are gonna get the shell kit installed while I'm working on some other stuff. Think you can handle this? Give it a go. Oh, I think we'll be all right.
So obviously when you're running a smooth drum, you want this on here as a scraper. But when you're running with these on, you don't. So we're gonna have to take this off. There's 4 each side. Probably have to flip the thing, I don't know, or take it off completely. Probably flip it over, I think, looking at it. Anyway, that's got to come off. Then we line up these bolt holes and then bolt them together. I think if we lower it down a little more and then come forward, these bolt lock holes should line up. So we will find from the boltsandnuts.com rack the ones we need. These ones here, I just tried some, they were a little bit too short, so these should do. So that's this flipped round now, so we should have enough gap here so it doesn't jam up, but it should still clear any lumps. And that goes on there. Okay, so now these are all in here and here. In there. There are some that go through into here, and that then clamps this up where the segment is. There's 3 of them on each joint. So we're now going to do them and pull them together and pull it all up together for the last time.
Put them together now. Okay.
All right, it looks like they got the shell kit pretty well knocked out here. All nice new hardware holding her on there, everything good and tight. Yeah, I think she'll be just fine. Time to put it in the dirt. All right, we got a few trucks away. Starting to get a little hole opened up, so we're checking grade. Getting pretty close on that. Might leave it a little bit fat so you can come in with the skid steer, the dozer, and trim up the floor better. That's just what we want right there. I hear the truck coming back, so I gotta start swinging. underneath me. I'd be careful not to disturb those because that's what we square the house off of. Truck loaded with bulk material, and then I'll spend some time cleaning up that corner. These trucks are awesome. We're getting this close with the Cabelco here. Then we'll come back in with a skid steer and the dozer and trim the fat off of it. A lot easier to do the fine tuning that way than with a big clunky hoe like this. Yeah, we're starting to get into a lot nicer, tighter shale in this corner. Nothing like the smell of fresh dirt and diesel in the morning. Oh, it's not. Okay, so I thought I went there. Here's bigger than the basement of my house now. That's smaller than that's bigger than the basement I have now. Look at that. Okay, it's the morning of day 3 of the foundation project here. It's taken longer than a normal foundation would because we're not only doing the foundation, like I said, we're taking everything back behind the shop and doing a compacted fill back there. So we're coming down the home stretch though. We just have 2 more footings to dig today. There's a frost footing on the back wall here and then the footing for the garage up there. So hopefully we can have that done before the rain that's supposed to be coming today around 3 o'clock. Getting into some hard digging down there. The house is going to be on a good footing at least. Shino sink. Woo, buddy. That took a while. This is like a glacial till that we're digging through, so it's really crumbly and loose, except for where it's not, and where it's not, it is super, super hard. Sandstone, I believe. It's some tough digging, especially for the poor little 80, but there's just no way you could get down in here with the Cabelco and dig this. You guys can see it's got this jog in it, and it really makes it tough. We're supposed to be getting some rain here any minute, so I'm debating on whether I open up the next section of the footings up there where the garage is at, or if I just call it a day and go home. Trouble is, I have nothing but rain in the forecast until the day they're supposed to form and pour this, which is Tuesday. Today's Friday, and this is gonna need done sometime between then and now. Welcome to construction, I guess. Overall, I'm really happy with it though. I think it looks really good. They were out here, the company that's going to be forming and pouring all the concrete, they were out here with their GPS and they put nails in everywhere at all the corners and all the places that they need them. and they said it all looked really good. So they're happy. I'm tickled to death. So obviously that's the main part of the house in here, and then this little angled piece over here is kind of like a mud room that connects over into the garage here, which we over excavated the other day. And I did that on account of all the rooty material that was in there, because where the hoe is sitting is basically about top of subgrade. So I over excavated, and then we put in this nice shale material that we took out of the borrow pit and packed it in there really good. So now we have some good base material to build on, but we still need to dig out our actual footings for the garage itself now. Those go 4 feet down from our benchmark. The benchmark is the end of the driveway over there. So we'll figure all that out and start cutting here if we don't get rained out. Okay, we just finished laying out the garage footings here. I know all these lines probably look a little confusing, but if you're here and you understand what's going on, makes kind of sense. The orange angle here is the actual corner of the garage, the outside corner of the garage. We have to allow for 2 feet of over dig so that the form guys have room to work down in the ditch and get all their forms ready for the concrete. So basically everything inside the pink lines is going to get dug out 4 feet below our benchmark. Luckily 4 feet off the benchmark really isn't 4 feet deep where we're standing. If you can see over there, right below the loose material, I over excavated earlier to remove the bad soil. 4 feet off our benchmark is only about 2 or 3 inches down below the loose material there. So it's not a lot of dirt coming out really. My neighbor has been helping me out big time here. He really knows what he's doing. So I've been doing the trench work, the laborer work, and letting him do more of the digging. All right, neighbor just threw on the clean out bucket. Guess we're ready to go dig some trench. Well, we're sitting pretty here in the haul truck while the neighbor runs the excavator. He's a bit more patient than I am, so he's gonna avoid knocking debris down in the excavation. My neighbor's been on the channel before, but he does not like his face to be shown, so we're going to respect his privacy. Try to keep his face out of the shots if you're wondering why you can't see him in any of these shots. He helps me out every time I need him. Gotta respect the man's wishes. Since we're in easier digging up here for the garage footings, he's using this nice 5-foot clean out bucket that I bought. Keeps a nice neater ditch. Doesn't leave nearly as many crumbs, but you can't use it in hard ground like a tooth bucket. So using it where we can. It's a little bit too big for our over dig, but a little bit of extra room never hurt anybody. All right, we'll hop down in here and check grade. So this new receiver I got tells you how high or low you are. .6 inches at the front and about 3 at the rear. I might have got it. Yep. See, we're a little low now. There's just something satisfying about watching a clean out bucket cut. Look how nice and smooth it cuts. I think that's ASMR, right? Coming right along. Coming right along. Gonna be awesome. Well, guys, check it out. It is officially done, dug, finished, with the exception of one little minor detail. There's some footings for a deck that I need to drill down there, but I'm not 100% on the location, and I'm just going to wait for them to come back. They're going to be here tomorrow to form and pour the footing, and I can have them pin those out for me real easy, real quick, and I can just auger some holes. It'll take about 5 minutes, not a big deal. So this is the last thing you saw us complete. This is the garage footing. We did get a good bit of rain overnight here. It kind of downpoured, which is the first rain we've gotten in quite a long time. So a downpour was not ideal, but it is moisture, which we did desperately need. It kind of washed off this whole slab of sandstone over here, you can see. So that is solid bedrock. That whole, kind of right around here, that whole thing is all sitting on solid bedrock. And then of course in the bottom of the frost footing over there, we're also sitting on the same bedrock as well, just a little lower tier. That torrential rain has unfortunately caused a little bit of dirt to slough off the walls. I'm gonna have to clean that out, and that's gonna be heavy, wet, nasty muck, so that'll be a good time. There's no way to get the machine really into the center again without making more of a mess up here. I mean, I could get it over there, but you're gonna tear up this ditch, so it's not worth doing. What I'll probably end up doing is taking the Cabelco, sit it up here, and I can reach down in there. I probably won't be able to scoop much with the bucket, but I'll hand shovel it into the bucket and have that all cleaned up for the footer guys to be here tomorrow. But I'm gonna wait till the end of the day so that it's dried out as much as it's gonna dry out. Same thing over there on that little bench. Just gotta clean up some stuff that fell in. That footing is just wide enough that it's like a pretty good leap to get over it, and it's just high enough that I don't really like jumping down in there and climbing up the other side because it's so crumbly it all falls off. So I'm gonna try the old running leap. Ugh, barely made that one. Yeah, this is about as solid bedrock as bedrock gets. Yeah, just a little bit of crap to clean up here. I wish I had some road plates I could get over that ditch with a skid steer and get down in here and clean this up. That would be ideal. It was really neat as I was digging through here to see the different geology on my land, because this is that stuff I'm calling like glacial till. But in fact, as I'm looking at it a bit closer now, it's more like a sandstone heave or something. I'm not a geologist by any stretch, but as an operator that's worked in a lot of different terrain, it has always fascinated me to check out the different layers to the ground, because of course here you got your black dirt on top. I don't want to call it topsoil because we're in the woods and technically there's not topsoil in woods, but you have your black dirt layer with the roots and all that junk, and you get down into a 2 or 3 foot clay layer here that's got a good bit of rock mixed into it, and then you can clearly see we hit that line level, and you get down into all that chunky busted up sandstone. And once you get through the busted up stuff, then you're sitting on a hard ledge of it. And that's just this section of the property. Whereas the borrow pit up front there, you guys have seen, we're in that really nice flaky shale, and that stuff is just like the ultimate fill dirt. This stuff is not terrible, but it's not as nice as that shale. Some of you guys watching me dig all this were probably wondering why I wasn't stocking any of the dirt here on site somewhere for backfilling, because there will be a fair amount of dirt required to backfill this house. And that's because I don't want to use this material, since that shale I have available is so nice. I'd rather backfill with that stuff than this chunky, rocky, bony stuff. This is the last anybody's going to see it before they descend on it with some concrete forms and start making it look like it's part of a building structure. So kind of neat to see it. I'm getting excited. I'm going to actually have a house out here, and I won't have to drive home every night. That'll be nice one of these days. We still got a long road ahead before I get to that point, though. So the focus of this video is obviously the excavation, and I feel like I've pretty well covered that at this point. In the next video, guys, we're going to be covering the form guys that are coming in tomorrow, doing the footings. They're also doing the French drains. They're also doing the poured walls. And then I'm not sure how quick they're going to be doing the floor, but then I think pretty quick after the walls are done, the framing goes up and it actually starts looking like a house. So getting exciting. If you guys like the videos on the Dream House series here, do me a big favor, hit that thumbs up button down below the video. Really helps out the channel. Lets me know that I'm making the content that you guys would like to see. As I said at the beginning of the video, I am a little more hesitant to show in depth what's going to go on with the house here, just for privacy reasons. We'll see how this goes as to how much I do or don't show in the future, but you guys will definitely be seeing some sort of form or function of progress here in the future. But that's a wrap for me tonight. So, as always, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later.